So someone asked this the other day on Twitter. They were saying, what are the kind of signs to look out for, when you're on the ascension, when the test levels are starting to rise. So, I can talk from my own personal experience and then the experience of clients as well. Some of the most obvious ones are morning wood, especially when it's every day and it's very noticeable, let's say. Things like improved recovery from gym workouts, especially if you've got a lot of protein and good sleep as well. You'll have the desire to train harder in the gym, and it's not just temporary, it's every single session. It's consistent. Same thing with energy levels. It's not just a sudden spike of motivation because something bad's happened and now you're motivated by it. It's consistent. It's day in, day out. It's pretty much every day. It's at a higher level, especially in the afternoons and the evenings. Most guys with low tests, they're tired by 2 o'clock. So the energy level things is huge. Desire to do difficult things in general, so not just training, not just that kind of stuff, but working hard, working on going above and beyond because it's genuinely pleasurable. And I actually did a video, I don't know when this is getting posted, it was the lux maxing benefits of testosterone. And in that video I said, guys with low T, they tend to have messed up dopamine circuitry in the brain. There's almost like a constant deficit of dopamine, and so they're trying to make up for that with quick fix dopamine hits, whether that's sugar or Pornhub or whatever. It's always looking for the quick fixes, the easy way out, because there's always a dopamine deficit. And difficult tasks just make that dopamine deficit even worse, especially if there's no payoff for several months or several years or whatever. Whereas when your test is high, there's no deficit there. It's already where it should be. And you're not constantly looking for the quick fix. You're far more likely to chase difficult things that will pay off eventually, but that they're not going to pay off for a few months probably, whether that's training or fat loss or some kind of extra work. So you're more likely to do that because you don't need the dopamine now because your brain's already satisfied in that sense. And also you gain a certain amount of dopamine and a certain amount of pleasure from doing the hard stuff. So there's kind of two angles to it. So that's certainly a sign that your test is on the rise. Libido in general. What are some of the others? Harder training, faster recovery, deeper sleep. So if you've been having sleep issues and there's no other external reason, quite often that can be test related. Also improved focus levels and creativity. So it's not just the quantity of work you do, it's also the quality. The way I usually explain it is, how brain fog feels. And usually brain fog is like when your stomach, your second brain essentially, is all clogged up. It's digesting a load of, like a big carb heavy meal that also doesn't quite sit right with you. Your digestive system's just having a nightmare with this. And so your brain just goes dead. It's not focused. You want to fall asleep. Big sugar spike, and then it's the crash that makes you want to fall asleep afterwards. The enhanced focus is kind of the opposite of that. And most guys have never really experienced this, or maybe they have, it was so many years ago though that they've pretty much forgotten. And when you can work longer hours, and I've said this in previous videos, when you can work longer hours and your brain is sharp the entire time, you will end up making more money. It's guaranteed. And so, yeah, you're more focused. And it's partly a testosterone thing. It's partly keeping your gut health on point, your digestive system on point, sleep. Things like caffeine can be useful, especially mixed in with L-theanine, so it makes it kind of a more steady release of energy without the crash that you often get from caffeine. But testosterone is kind of a foundational thing, especially free T. And you need your estradiol to be in range. If your estrogen's really high, again, that alone can cause brain fog. There's different factors there, but yeah, those are some of the signs that you're on the rise. Very exciting when you do have those signs, and it's more motivating because you want to keep going and see how far you can go. But those are the signs. For you guys, if you're not on the email list, there's shortcuts to testosterone. It's a free guide. It helps to build some momentum very quickly. Check it out. I'll link that below, and I'll see you in the next one.